Hello, can you hear me? Like the virtual camera works on Discord. See, I have it on here. But anytime I try to click on it in the thing, it says camera in use elsewhere, which that's what the virtual camera is for.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I've never had this issue before.
Dude, we can both go cameraless today, actually, because I'm sick.
Yeah. Cameraless stream. I'm down. So strange. Well, that probably means oh, actually no, because the shared chat. I was gonna say maybe we don't need to use the stream together, but yeah. Very strange, very strange. Well, sorry about that. I'll have to troubleshoot that some other time.
No problem.
I don't know why that wasn't working. I think I'm good to go aside from the camera issues.
Yeah.
Yeah?
That's all right. I'm fine with a no cam stream today.
Heard. Well, let me share my screen and I'm ready to start whenever you are.
I'm ready as well.
Coolio. Let me start my stream. Pull up the young epic pen. And we're good. Okay, can you see? Perfect. So I just pulled up our 3 most Haven games, just because I figured that would be one of the better VODs to look at. We're kind of owning on Sunset, which is funny, just because Killjoy is typically not that good on Sunset. Ascent, we talked about Ascent before, and we like loosely talked about Lotus, so kind of holding off on reviewing those. I thought about doing Icebox, but Killjoy and Icebox is kind of like no fun simulator. You don't really get to play the game sometimes, though you did have this MVP game here. So that kind of left our options between Bind, Haven, and Corrode. Corrode, I have no idea how to play in terms of the Killjoy because no one's playing Killjoy.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
It's pretty rough. It's a lot of Cypher, a lot of Vice. So that kind of left us with Bind and Haven. And then between the two, I kind of felt like Haven might be a little bit like the Killjoy might have a bit more control over the game compared to Bind. So that's kind of how I went through that thought process.
Okay.
But looking at the tracker, you are owning, and it's really nice to see. You
Yippee!
are on some drugs on this day or something.
I know, I don't know what happened.
That's fire. Yeah, wow. 25, 25, 24, 23. Yeah, I haven't had a day like that in years, so very nice. Yeah, not too far from getting silver back, it seems like. Maybe a couple more wins.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it looks good. I guess I wanted to get your thoughts before we hopped into. Oh, my left click's not working. Oh, I'm bugging out. Okay. I wanted to get your thoughts on how things are going from your point of view. Like maybe a little catch me up to date recap type of thing, just because I feel like it's been a little bit. And then we'll hop into the VOD itself.
In terms of what?
I guess how you're feeling about the game, how you're shooting, how's your mental, maybe the Killjoy specifically, like playbook stuff, really just anything that you think would be useful to talk about.
Yeah, I think I've been feeling good about it. I'm at that point, I think, where it's like the more you know, the more you realize you don't know anything. So it's like I feel like maybe I'm improving definitely compared to like how I was when we first started coaching, but I can also see that I have much farther to go. And I'm a lot more conscious about it. I think it's been very helpful, I think, to switch, well, to first start with Reina and just like work on the aggressive playstyle, and maybe in the last couple days or that I was playing, that was more clear, like when I was taking well, I don't know specifically if I was taking like the more aggressive role, but definitely could feel more confident in the plays that I was making, and I think that definitely showed. On the new map, for example, since I don't have a playbook, I can see how useful it is to have one in mind, like when I'm starting, and so yeah, I think that we're going in a great direction with Killjoy, and I really like playing her, so I'm glad.
That's really, really positive news. Sometimes people don't really like agent swaps just because it's new, but it sounds like you're really falling into it, which is great.
Yeah, I do see that sometimes people want to insta-lock her though, and then I get a little more passive, I guess, on who I should pick. So I don't know.
That's interesting. People are insta-locking Killjoy.
Yeah,
That would have been
or
the
like
last agent I would have thought, but
there
that's
were a
interesting.
couple times where like I would choose Killjoy, but I wouldn't insta-lock. I would just wait for other people to pick agents, and then like 3 people picked Killjoy, and we were all just like waiting to see who would lock.
That's interesting. Yeah, you should always insta-lock. That's my advice. Always, always.
Noted.
Though some lobbies it can ruin vibes. I would say 9 times out of 10, it's better to insta-lock.
Okay.
Especially on the role you're playing, like Senti. It's like, I mean, who cares if Senti's insta-locked? I think typically the problem is like if people insta-lock duelists, then people start getting mad, and then they elect 3 or 4 or 5 duelists. But I mean, Senti, you're chilling. That's really good though. How do you feel about the mechanical side of things? Do you feel like you're kind of at a good spot? Are you still improving? Are you plateaued a little bit? Do you feel like you're even getting worse? Like, where's your headspace with the mechanics?
Well, I don't know. I thought that I was doing okay, but when I started doing those aim training,
Oh my god, yeah.
the aim training playlist, I realized like actually I'm kind of shit. Like I'm kind of terrible. I don't know what I'm doing. So I think there's a lot to improve on there. But I'm not upset about it. I mean, it's not something that I've been working on for a long time, so mental is probably fine there too.
How's the in-game mechanics, would you say?
Sometimes I notice I'm dipping down a little bit in my crosshair and getting a little lazy with my clearing, but I'm gonna blame that on getting sick.
Sure. Less intensity. Okay. That's good to hear. Yeah, the aim trainer is humbling for everyone. Literally everyone that has ever touched the aim trainer gets humbled. So um that's just one of the I feel like the ranks on the voltaic thing maybe start a little too high, like I don't know. But the scenarios are rough. I remember when I first started aim training years ago, I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be good because like I had like thousands of hours in CS. I was like trash tier. Um, so even after like, I mean, maybe I can pull up my benchmarks actually. Um, like I said, I've been aim training for years. I have almost at 1,000 hours in aim labs and Kovacs if you combine the two, and like I just got to diamonds complete, which is not what I was. These are the general voltaic benchmarks, but I have a. Let me see if I can show the picture really quick. Um, this is my benchmarks when I started in February of this year, and you can see like I'm not even plat on some of these, so it was pretty rough. I do have slightly better scores on the. Actually, does this show? I know they updated this website. Let me see. The Valorant benchmarks, which I think is where some of your tasks that I placed in your routine were from. But this was also like probably over a year ago at this point where I did get Radiant complete. But my point being is a lot of people, when they start the Valorant benchmarks, aren't even gold complete. Like they have to grind a couple scenarios out, like angle track, for example. This one, like this is the gatekeeper to get gold complete for many. And then once they do that, like a lot of people, it took me a while to get these, by the way. It took me like 2 months. But most people are like kind of around plat when they first start. So I guess my point being is the aim trainer experience that you're going through is natural, definitely natural.
Do you think that I should? I haven't seen that site yet. Do you think I should connect my account?
The benchmarks. Generally, yeah, I do recommend it. That's something we can revisit maybe. I kind of intentionally avoided having you benchmark yourself on the aim trainer just because I didn't want to confuse you. So I kind of picked scenarios.
With that
too. yeah. It's good. If with the benchmarks, you can kind of go down a rabbit hole, but yeah, I chose some scenarios from the benchmarks onto your routine, and then I also put some other ones that I thought would be useful. But I think we have like 5 or 6 scenarios. It's not too many that we play a couple times each. So yeah, I didn't want to overdo it, I guess.
Okay, that's fine.
Voltaic is not invite only, no. Okay, so other than that, like I said, I did want to take a look at the Haven. Maybe starting with some of these stomps first and then going back to this one. I think this one was the oldest VOD, the closer one. But I kind of just want to take a look at 2 things in particular. One would be on attack, do we have the mollies to... Wait, wrong one. Do we have the mollies on attack to do anti-flood mollies? So on Haven, that would kind of be spawn. Let me go ahead and load it in the game too. Anti-spawn mollies, or anti-flood mollies, sorry. So spawn and garage if you're going C. And then on defense, obviously having some mollies on the choke point. And then, what was this one? Let's see, fast rotate, flank. Yeah, nothing too crazy here. Mainly just molly usage. And kind of just see where we are in terms of the whole Killjoy thing, because we looked at it like this was our first attempt at Killjoy in this session here, and we haven't had a follow-up since then, really. So yeah, that's kind of my goal here, is just seeing what we're looking at, seeing where the mollies are, and see how we are on the agent.
I've already sorted everything.
With that said, I did want to start with one of the stomps. Let's see, do we... Yeah, perfect, we're starting attack here. So let's see, I want to load in. Do you have any attack mollies?
Not... Okay, so like I tried looking through those.
If I'm not stressed, then you should not be stressed.
Like, Nats
I mean,
really
look
use
at me.
Any lineups.
Cool.
So I looked at some YouTube tutorials, and I didn't practice them in the custom or anything like that. But I just tried to figure it out as I was in game after in the map. So I didn't get a lot of them like exact.
Gotcha. I can I'll show you 2. This one here, if you go into this corner, there's like 2 holes here, like one's here, one's here. You just aim at this top one and you jump through, and that lands for this cubby here, which is very, very good. Technically, this isn't an anti-flood molly because its primary goal is actually to clear this corner, but it does kind of also overlap with the garage flood molly, so it's just a really good molly. And you can see it does do damage if you're standing in this corner, so it's one of the best mollies for the C hit. The other one, which by the way, you can technically throw both from here, I just don't know it, but there's this one here, and if you aim literally at the tip of this little wood thing, you stuff yourself into this corner with the wood beam here, and then you jump through.
Yeah, I think I saw Vix do this one.
Yeah, you saw this one? Perfect. This one is the standard anti-flood molly. So
it is nice to see where it lands, though, because in his VODs, I couldn't see where they landed.
Yeah. It's good to test them in the custom. Honestly, you probably could get away with aiming a little bit higher so it lands closer to you. Maybe, let's try this. Because that one felt like it landed a little too deep. Yeah, this looks a little bit better. Yeah, you can spread it out a bit more. So you could definitely min-max some of those. Like I said, I think if you there's probably the Wahoojan video we might be able to look up, his Haven guide. I think there's 2 mollies you can throw from here. That you can just do both of them here, but I don't know them. Let's see. This video has tech for all of the agents.
Oh my goodness.
Cavern was walking through. Let's see. Molly's Molly here. Okay. Let's see, what the fuck is he aiming with? Yeah. So yeah, there's that garage. His messed up. They spent 5 minutes trying to figure it out. Okay, so there's a different line here. What the fuck is this? Oh, it's here. I don't know if you can see it. I think it's this one. It's the first one. Maybe? No, leaf. Okay, I don't know. I don't even know what the fuck I'm looking at here. Let's try this one first. That does not seem right, but it's working. Oh shit. It's close.
Oh.
Okay, it's close. So yeah, I mean, if you can figure out both of these, it would be good. What I'm looking at for his image, at least what I'm trying to do, it's like there's like this little leaf dark spot here. I'm trying to put my fucking line on there.
Oh, I see.
The Killjoy turret, but
yeah.
It seems like something like that. Regardless, if you can get at least one of these molly lineups down, I think it's a pass for the C hit. Yeah, this one honestly is not that good. But when I play Killjoy, I literally just double throw this one.
So like, when would you throw this? When you're like round start and everyone's going C?
That's correct. So I put like round starts, I put my turret here. Some people put their turret here just so you get the here. I like to put my turret here when I'm rushing C so I can actually be closer to them. You can see the radius here. Whereas like if I am putting the turret here, I can't really be on the bomb site, which I think is not ideal. So I normally put this turret here. Some people prefer to just alarm bot flank instead, something like this, or maybe they put it out or whatever, but they alarm bot flank and then they save the turret for the post plant. You can do that as well. I'm not the best Killjoy player, but when I play Killjoys in tournaments, when I'm filling, I just do this. And then I just throw this molly, and then I kind of just gun out from here, and then I'll kind of just like wing my second molly. And then by the time this lands, I can activate it, and I'm already here. So I don't really have to clear this corner, and I can kind of just go out. And then I have my alarm bot typically, because I have the turret for flank, and I'll just throw it in like the smoke here. Or if I decide to, I can put it like in this corner for the CT come out, or I could just plop it in there. And then most of the time I have bomb, so you can see I'm still in range of my turret because I put it in this corner, which is quite nice. And I either will normally play here or hop over and play here to play off of my teammate. So that's kind of the C rush. If I'm being completely honest, I don't actually have good lineups for the other bomb sites on this map. So when I'm hitting B, I kind of just like, yep, there's my molly for that, and then there's my molly for that. I kind of just throw it there.
Yeah.
So I think that is fine. There are A lineups in this video that I don't know. Let's actually take a look really quick, because I don't know them. Molly. Where was I? The A site. Here we go. Let's see. He's attack molly here. Okay, something in this corner. Okay, cool. Middle of this. I think this lands mid-sight. Oh, and then the lamp. Okay, wow, that's really good actually. Okay, so this corner here. Now I'm gonna be honest, I think throwing these mollies from here are a little bit too far away for it to be that good. Because you won't be able to be there. But this is a really good anti-flood molly here. So that could be good. If I was playing, oh, actually, I'll just tell you what I do. The other killers don't do this. I do this because sometimes people flank window quick. But I put this alarm bot here. Then when I'm rushing in, I put this turret here. And then I run over here. And then I just run it down long with my team, which means my alarm bot's going to go down. So it's kind of pointless for it to be there. But I want it to be there earlier just in case they insta-walk down mid and they don't kill my Sova. So from here, I pick up my alarm bot. I leave my turret up. I have gun out for this angle. I throw a molly for this. And then I'll just like yeet another molly here. This one lands backside. It's pretty much the same spots that just landed from the lineups, but like now I'm here. You don't have to do both. I would suggest just doing one, if I'm being honest. Like you could just probably peek out and throw this one, and then like have gun out, clear this corner, pop the molly, and kind of go. Yeah, you definitely don't have to do both. I was kind of just showing you have the possibility of doing both.
Yeah, usually for A, I throw it in the window.
Oh, for Heaven.
Yeah, but maybe...
Heaven's good, but throwing molly Heaven is more so if you're playing against Sova, so he can't play off of his dart.
Oh.
Some Sovas will play behind the smoke and dart here, and then he'll sit in the smoke and trying to get kills with the wall hacks. I would say that's pretty uncommon. Most Sovas start either already started 8 long, so they're here, and then they fall back, or if they're rotating from B or something, most of the time they'll like rotate in from here and then do the dart from here, or jump throw it onto this wall here. But
I see.
You can throw molly Heaven, like I said, for the Sova. Sometimes if you're playing against Cypher, like they'll play Killjoys up here too, so it's actually not bad. But I think it's just a bit more common to play the anti-flood molly from spawn. You can kind of do a similar thing if you go short as well. So I mean, your alarm bot will also be up longer if you're up short. So something like this, you can go short. You're in range for a really long time with this alarm bot. And what's useful about going short is that you can use your molly to clear close. So I'm kind of jumping all over the place, but you can clear this corner if you're on this side. You can see their arm, but you can't clear this corner without seeing their arm. So basically when I clear short, I like to go all the way here. I'm like, okay, cool, that's clear. Peek this back out, and then I hard clear this. But if you already have info that they're there, or if you just don't feel like clearing that corner because they have bad guns, you can actually throw your molly to clear it. And one cool thing with Killjoy is it actually does damage through walls like this. So you can throw a molly that they can't break into this corner, and then you can clear that corner like that, and you're chilling. So that could be a different way to do it, or you could just throw it directly and hope they don't break it. I think that's fine too, because that will double up with clearing this corner. Up to you. But going short as Killjoy is quite nice to do that, and you also can throw this molly here. Same idea, but just to clear this close corner, because this corner is kind of annoying to fight. So that's a good one to do as well. And if you decide not to do either, you can just throw your mollies directly into the spawn smoke from here. So you can just run up here, clear this yourself, and then pull out a molly, pop it, and then from there, if you want, you can go out. So that's kind of how I approach the C and A execute. Yeah, let's take a look at the VOD though. I realize I kind of got here, but that is one thing to do. I think that's a young turret. Look at that nade. Okay, so they kind of already have sight. I do like to see this molly. This is a very normal way to do it, kind of how you're doing it here, just at the choke point. I think that's more than acceptable. And I think you just broke the ISO shield too. Very nice. Okay, safe plant here. Really quickly to talk about plant spots. Because your turret has flank, I think you put it on here. You can just put it here too, regardless. If you can plant here, this is going to be your best plant so you can see it from long. If your turret ever gets broken, then of course going safe plant like you did so you're not open to long is really good. But when you plant in this corner, your teammates can't see it from garage or long. Whereas if you do plant here, if you decide to go for a garage wrap, or like your teammates in garage, they can kind of see the spike from here instead of having to go all the way out.
Yeah.
Same for long as well, so you can see it from here. If you ever have the opportunity, this is technically called God Plant because you can see it from everywhere. You can see it from long, you can see it from garage literally early, and you can see it from spawn. And it's a little bit easier to spam because it's along a wall. So this is technically the best plant. It's also the riskiest. I pretty much never go for this plant in a real game. So this one's good. But we did see the spawn molly, so this round's already a win to me. Now we can play the post.
One enemy remaining.
Ah, turret down.
Nice.
Here.
Win this.
Enemy spotted C.
Enemy spotted C. Check quality real quick.
Cover going out. Reloading.
Oh shit, we almost died there. We should win this though. Okay. I would say that round is a win. We did throw the molly. Oh yeah, this molly's good too, the flat one. I don't have a lineup for it, but that's a really good one to throw too. Yeah, missiles close right. Oh, playing Killjoy, we can kind of just bait. We're just like, yeah, we have to go out this way. That was a nice shot. Nice shot. A little bit of shooting error, or moving error, but nice shot. Okay, same thing, plant.
I actually forgot I could spike that.
Honestly, I forget sometimes too. Okay, nothing too crazy. So far, so good. We're using our mollies. Oh. I don't know if you saw Nat's his basic Killjoy setup, but honestly, I don't know if he does this anymore. But this turret here is used very often because it sees the mid walk down and it sees the garage peek. So you basically can hold all of mid with just one turret. And the most common alarm bot to use with this is the C push, something like this. This setup here is really good if your teammates start A. But if your teammates aren't starting it, you can simply just run over here and do an alarm bot here. I think the barrier is somewhere back here, so you can still do that. And then it's pretty rare that people push C anyway, so you can get away with something like that. If you are really, really worried about the C push and the A push, your teammates are going mid, you don't really need the turret to watch mid at that point. You can do this turret here. You just have to check mini map. You see how like it's a right angle, 90 degrees. You can have it watch the C push and the garage peek. So you can do that, and let's just use this and watch just the C push, and you have the A flank here. So that's a nice way to do it. Kind of, you can do the reverse as well. If you want to watch the garage peek and the A push, you can do something like this, loosely, and then you can pick up your alarm bot and watch C. So you can do something like that. There's a ton of flexibility with Killjoy in this map, which is actually kind of why I like to play her. It's very simple. My common start is just this. I just put my turret on this box and I'm chilling. So a good one to do here.
Drone is down.
Looks like we're going B.
Munition.
Nice. I do like the young B site.
Placing swarm grenade.
I honestly don't know if there's any good molly you can do aside from the link ones.
Shadows
Wait,
traveling.
how did our teammates
Cover going out.
Can I peek the Sage wall? This round's pretty much an L at this point. Let's see what happens though.
Finished.
Oh nice, we're getting kills. Oh my god.
Enemy down.
1B, 1C. A little bit scary, but I mean we pulled it out.
Player standing.
Yeah. Not too much to comment on here. Everyone's lost. Looks like we tried to go B. Yeah, I wouldn't really say too much here. I would say maybe just consider one of your pieces of util for flank. Let's say like you put this turret for mid, maybe that alarm bot for C, the alarm bot A could be nice. But yeah, nothing too much. I don't really think there's a molly you can really use here. I want to say I've seen like maybe one person throw a molly off this wall before for that corner. You could probably do a similar thing, I guess, on this left side for this corner, if you really wanted to. But I feel like I've maybe seen one Killjoy in my lifetime ever do that. Most time it's flood mollies. See, this is my favorite site to hit. I would definitely recommend switching the turret just for early on this corner, just so you can see this angle. No. See hold. We have the Sage wall here. Oh, that's right.
I got the spike.
Okay. What we are kind of seeing in the last two rounds is that going with the team might not be working as much. So that is where we might consider adding lurks. So let me see. Let's see, let me just put offense. Might. Generally, I try not to think too much about lurking because of the typical 80-20 rule is going with the team. But as Sentinel, you have so much freedom to do whatever you want on attack.
Find the leverage and wedge up. Placing
Ooh,
swarm
really
grenade.
molly short. That's actually advanced. I like that.
Reloading. Show me a target.
You see that sometimes in Radiant lobbies. Good
Rain of
trade.
shields. My
Nice.
ultimate is ready.
There.
It's you and me.
Okay, we have Killjoy ults. The most common Killjoy ult on this map is to go short because you can pretty much clear all of sight here. Like this. It just leaves a little gap in hell, so that's the most common one. I don't know if you have, there's a good one for long. Let me check. Does this do anything? Oh, it actually does clear the sight. Why don't people use this one? It clears short too. What's wrong with this one? I mean, this one's good, actually. I literally never see anyone use this. Maybe because they could still flood, but then you could just throw a molly here. Yeah, that's interesting. I think there's a strong case to do the Killjoy up from long as well, actually. What's the 80-20 rule? 80% of the time go with the team, 20% of the time lurk. Just loosely put. Bankable for nades. Easier to break, I guess? Yeah. Even the short nades breakable too, though. Or the ult. Okay, that's the flank. So, simply put, just have the turret for flank. I always like to do it in this corner, but you should be good to go once you have that one.
Behind.
But yeah, we are getting stalled out a little bit on the sight hits. That's the pattern we're seeing right now, which is where lurking might come in. Just maybe.
Placing sentry.
I like the turret thing.
Focusing. Stopping fire.
We're gonna kill this kid.
Placing swarm grenade. Swarm
Down for
grenade.
the molly too. The ult in this corner is pretty popular as well.
Ooh.
I think it's low-key wallbangable though. So some people do it in the tunnel. Oh,
Terminated.
good movement. We do have a couple of blue bars here, but this looks really good.
Terminated.
Yeah, nice.
It still looks like very jittery to me.
Last player standing.
Terminated.
Let me take a look. Do you think it's the crosshair, like the mouse tension, or do you think it's the movement? I feel like it's probably the mouse.
Maybe. I'm not sure.
I mean, the movement looks... I mean, if I blur this out, then I assume it'll be movement. Yeah, 'cause that movement looks good. If we don't take a look at the crosshair.
Terminated.
Obviously, we do have blue bars, so the timing could be better, but I wouldn't say it looks like the jitteriness doesn't come from the movement. I think it's probably the crosshair,
Terminated.
the high tension.
Maybe.
Which, I mean, in that picture you sent, you got a
Last
death wish
player
going on that thing, so.
Spikes down.
Should we ult? Oh, this would be a great ult.
Alarm bot out.
Fuck, we alarm by that. Oh, here we go.
Initiated.
Alarm by garage would have been fire. He's coming out! Oh, auntie. This one's tough. This one's tough. I'll show you what I would have done here. Not that it would change much, but I just want you to see a visual representation. So we finished planting. Then I like to put alarm bot for my push here. Then I ult. And then from here, you can molly like your push here. And then now this sees your garage. And now you really only have to worry about spawn. But ideally, you mollied it, like one of the sides, so that you don't have to worry about it too much. And you get some room to breathe. So that's something you could have done here. I think you can flip it too. Like let's say you ult this, then you can alarm bot this. Oh fuck. If you jump through, you can sometimes get it over, but it's the frame for it's pretty short. You can do something like that, and you can molly this, so they can't push you. Then now you only have to worry about your left side. So that could be good too. But honestly, sometimes it's hard to just get all your detail out, so I do like the ult at least.
Stopping fire.
Raze is actually looking, that's strange.
Placing swarm grenade.
The molly. Got post left on the wall.
Near
for
level.
sure.
Placing swarm grenade.
Ammunition.
I've done exactly just what you did, except with Raze. This is where right click comes in, so you can just like jump right click it instead.
Oh.
And Yeah, or you can just aim it at the floor, I guess. But my recommendation against Sage specifically is notice how like there's only one panel broken here. I always like to break 2. So in this
Okay.
case, I would just full break this one. But yeah, that's a pretty common thing you'll see sometimes even in like Ascendant games. People don't break enough of the Sage wall, so it's kind of hard to get out. But the problem we're seeing in this attack half so far is that we aren't able to hit the bomb site, which is kind of where we'll start maybe considering lurking.
Last player standing. Spike
Although
down
the player
A.
still.
My ally. One.
Wow.
Spike
I mean,
down A.
the discipline to not spray here is actually insane.
One.
This second
Spike
kill here,
down
the
A.
micro adjustment onto the stage is really good. Like it's very smooth.
Spike down
The
A.
kill on the jet obviously could have been a little bit better, but that kill there on the stage is really good.
One more.
Damn, we are shooting. We are shooting.
Locating targets.
It's the only thing we can really change so far is positional stuff, like actually not being with the team. This molly's good.
Swamp grenade.
That's good intuition. Molly garage window when you're splitting C is like a really good thing to do.
You and me.
Okay, so we have C site. This is good. Alarm bot spawn here would be nice.
Behind double door.
This angle's not bad either. Nice.
My
We are fucked. Because okay, so here's a good rule of thumb. I'm throwing a lot of stuff at you, but we're prioritized after. Good rule of thumb here, aside from the alarm bot, in terms of shooting here. Once you get this kill, they kind of know where you already are.
Yeah.
So it's important that you kind of like change your last end position, even if it's very subtle. So what I mean by that is, let's say you kill this guy, and you want to change your position, you can simply just go here. It's like a couple steps, but like that really makes a big difference. And then if you get another kill here, you can then go back out, or if you want, you can just keep going and just change it a little bit more. Like slight repositions like that, it does so much. Like I can't overstate it. But in this case here, this clove just gets the updated info on where you just were, and that's why you get vulnerable, and then his preem is going to be like exactly where you were. Which I do like that actually you did strafe out to the left. But yeah, trying to update that position there could have been enough for you to get one more kill. It's a tough one there though. This is one of those team diffs situations because we aren't able to rush the bomb sites. Probably what we'll continue to see.
Spike down. C.
There he goes. Yeah, and we're getting flanked and stuff. Okay, so attack's pretty clear. Let's see. Where are defense here? Boop, boop.
This battlefield. Yeah,
Oh, no, we do
even
have another attack. Okay, let's see the difference. We probably would just be able to get on site more.
I'm out of here.
Take a look. So this is a 13-1, I believe, yeah. Okay, again, just flank the corner right there, or a turret for the flank right there. That'd be fire.
Turn out.
Or you can just reverse that one, actually.
Placing swarm grenade.
Molly for heaven.
Swarm grenade out.
Okay.
Plant the spike. Movement. Spike down.
Yeah, easy side take here. See the post. Oh, we dinked that guy.
Reyna dinked. She's over.
No surprise. No surprise.
Okay, I kind of see why we win this game 13-1. We have double senti. So post plant's really good. Like our deadlock through wall and sensor and spawn.
One enemy remaining.
Target spotted A.
Okay.
I got forced this, I'm so sad.
Yeah, I know. 2 headshots. The turret on this box is really good too. I like that.
Yeah, I felt like it was a little too far range, like if I wanted to play backside, but maybe it's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
that big of a deal.
It's hard for Killjoys to get any util to play backside. Does this turret work? I don't think it would. I mean, barely, I guess. Like you could play here. It's not really a good spot. So, yeah, it's hard for Killjoys to be able to play backside, if I'm being honest. I can't see round 2 though. Oh, this is ours.
No escape.
Wow, we're through. Yeah. This makes sense. If this trend continues, the reason why this game's different than the other one is simply just because we actually were able to get on site. Which, as a Sentinel, you can't really influence that too much. Like, anti-flight always help, but...
Enemy spotted A.
See.
Placing swamp grenade.
Rotate, rotate, they go back. Rotate, 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 rotate.
No, not here.
They
Oh,
back
wow,
here.
we're actually canceling? Yeah, okay. This makes sense. Big window.
Placing
That's a really good start to do on round start.
Go back, don't see.
It looks like we have C-side for 3. Yeah. Okay.
Placing swamp grenade. Swamp grenade out.
Okay. Let me write some notes here. In the 4-13 game, we were struggling onto site, which meant that we weren't able to play post plants. In the 13-1 game, at least so far, it looks like we were able to get on site pretty frequently, which means we can convert post plants. Okay, so what does that mean? That means, I probably showed you this stat before, but I'll show it again. Where am I? Plant spots? Yeah. If attackers get the bomb down, their chances to win the round are pretty much above 70%. You can see pretty much for every bomb site here. Some plant spots are slightly lower, like this one, 68%, but generally it is 70%. Now in our rank here, it's actually going to be a little bit lower, but the post plant conversion continues to increase the higher rank you go. So that basically means that post plants are very hard for defenders, which is the basis of the argument of why we play the 80-20 on defense. Now, if we flip that around, that is also why the basis of the 80-20 rule for attackers is to be with the team, so we can get the bomb down. Unfortunately, in the first game that we were taking a look at here, we weren't able to get the bomb down that much, which means going with the team and rushing isn't actually going to be the best way for us to get the bomb down. That's kind of where lurks come in. So this one's a little bit tough, and I'm actually not sure the best way to navigate this. So let's kind of just start with the defining. Generally, 80% of the time on attack, it's good to be with the team, go for trades / rushes. 20% of the time, it's good to lurk and be away from the team to make your own solo plays / hold map control. Now, if we consider the context of this game here, it would have been really good for us to lean into this 20% because we weren't able to get to the bomb site. So a good actionable for this would be, this is an actionable I give pretty frequently, but use the first 3 to 5 rounds of a game / a half, sorry, of the attack half to figure out what is working and what isn't working. So the extension of this is start with the team for the first 3 to 5 rounds. If going with the team is working, continue staying with them. If going with the team isn't working, go off to find your own fights / lurks. Now, this part here, like actually finding your own lurks, can be pretty tough. Like to actually understand the whole game sense theory behind it. Have we talked about lurking before? Bless you.
Sorry, could you repeat that?
No, you're good. I was asking, have we talked about lurks before?
Yeah, and I watched that Lurking 101 in the
Oh,
game
we did.
after.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So a little bit of experience on it, or at least a little bit of knowledge. That could be a focus point for this upcoming week, is if rushing with the team isn't working, we can try to experiment with lurks a bit more.
Okay.
On Haven, it's a little bit tough, but let me kind of show you what a Haven lurk might look like. Typically, your teammates would go A, so you would have the standard setup here, and then you kind of just wait a little bit to see if they're fighting your turret. As your teammates go up A, this turret pretty much has you, so you can try to get into this corner. This corner lets you hear rotates from this little link area. So if you do hear that rotate, you could take your timing to walk forward. Or if you are feeling maybe a bit more ambitious, this is a stronger lurk. Higher risk though, but you can maybe jiggle this or whatever. But basically you're looking for the kill when they're rotating from here. You can catch them here or catch them here. And this cubby here is really hot spot for lurks because you can fight these guys. So
Yeah.
it's a little bit tough, but that's kind of what that looks like on Haven.
Yeah, I guess what are some signs that it's like an actual like team issue, like going with the team issue?
Yeah, so we
Just
can
not
actually take
getting
back.
to the bomb site in time?
It's typically hard delay. So if you take a look at this round, you'll see there's a Sage wall. So Sage is a really good stall agent, which actually there's no slow here. But typically in the other round too, where the Sage wall was close, let's see, this one, yeah, this one here. This is a good sign to consider lurking. So basically, if you get delayed from util, it's a good sign for this to be a lurk game. And the most common agents for that is going to be Sentinels, so like Sage, Killjoy. Vice is a really, really annoying one because you can't actually break the wall, you have to bait it out. Viper is a good one too because it's very hard to push a Viper. And then maybe just like any like really hardcore mollies, like Brim Molly, KO Molly, even Phoenix Molly to some extent. Like anything that delays you is a good sign. Okay, so maybe I'll add that here as well. A good sign to look for is if we're getting delayed a ton. Think Sentinel, utility, mollies, smokes. Smokes are good to consider as well. Maybe even ops. I guess it's spelled ops, operators, in this game. But yeah, those are good ones to consider. I'm gonna loosely skim this attack half to see if that is actually the difference, because they do have good stall util. They have the KO Molly, the Iso Vulnerable, the Sage Slow, and the Unblind. But maybe we should be able to kill. Yeah, so there's one. So we're gonna be able to get C-Sight. Okay, so that's. Oh wait, we get kills. I want to see kills. The flash actually just landed in. Dude, past our face. That's lucky. I'm down. Wait, our deadlock? Had a sunset there. Oh, he put on that wall. Nice. It didn't stun us. That's why I was curious.
Does it stun us?
It does, yeah. If you're too close to it.
Good.
Good cross placement.
Enemy remaining.
Wait, we're spraying a little bit. I saw that. Nice. Okay, so window turret's good here. We get A site. Okay, so I think the theory is proving to be correct here. This game we're able to just run it down, which, yep, here we're on site as well. So our Neon is making a lot of space. That's the night and day difference we're seeing so far, which is also one of the reasons why you hear a lot of players complain about their duelist players. Oh my god, they're not going out, and then the game is so hard. The thing that you can solve as a Sentinel player when that's happening is to just lurk.
Okay.
Now it won't actually fully solve the issue, but I guess the other thing we're seeing in this game too, like our teammates are actually canceling. Like this is our second cancel from A. Then we're gonna go C again. Okay, this is the first one that didn't work, but yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense why we're seeing the complete different scoreline despite us playing the exact same way. Our teammates are maybe more capable on attack on this VOD compared to this one, but also maybe the defenders on this game were more capable than the defenders this game. Because in theory, the util from this team comp should be better than the util from this team comp in terms of stalling. But in this game, we haven't seen a Sage Wall yet. We haven't seen a KO Molly on the choke point. And I don't remember an Omen Blind either, even though I've been skimming it. But my point being is, we haven't changed anything about what we're doing, but the scorelines are drastically different.
Yeah.
And that's where we have to maybe change our playstyle if you get a game more similar to this one here.
Okay.
In the future. Okay, so with that said, let's take a look at this game, this closer game. Let's see, do we start defense? We do. Okay, perfect. I was curious to see a defense half. So we already know the setup.
Placing sentry.
Oh, nice. Is that actually the better way to do the turret? Because I actually don't know.
Placing
Oh,
This
sentry.
is the one I took from Nats.
Yeah, I was playing Killjoy in a tournament, and I was doing it on the corner here, but I always like had a hard time lining it up. So maybe doing it like out here is a little bit better actually.
Oh, I'm just looking at where the extended lines go. I'm not really looking at where the...
I gotcha.
So I
Honestly,
could be doing
think-
it wrong. I don't know.
I think yours might be better. The only difference I can think of here, why you might actually go for this corner one, is that it lets you play this corner for whatever reason.
Hmm.
But this one here, it covers more of the door, so... Wait. Oh, this one you can break off round start, actually, maybe. Like, you can see it through this gap.
Mm.
So yeah, actually, maybe you would do the corner then, just so you can't break it off rip. Okay. And we play the young fast rotation.
Go away, go away.
Oh. This is good. Sage wall! Okay, looks like they're going C. Oh no, they are going A. Nice, we're on site.
Bot coming back.
Okay. You're on site in time, which is good. Don't change that part. Let's change where we get onto site. So this angle here, really hard to get kills from, because when this guy peeks, they're going to be peeking kind of in this area. They're looking for a spawn and here. So they're basically looking at where you're already standing, which makes the spot we go at, like, not as good. So the most common spot to rotate when you're coming in from B is either on this angle to hold long, or you keep going into the corner to play this, which is fine too. Or if you're really, really early, you can actually just walk here and then fight this, and then maybe try and cross into the cubby here. All of them are good. I would say just avoid the comment over here. Ooh, we're getting into the corner. Yeah, this is good, this is good.
Enemy spotted
Should be able to at least get one. Nice.
Spike down A.
Dodge the long guy too.
One enemy remaining.
Reloading.
So far, so good. Really good fast rotate round. I would just say potentially consider the positioning.
Area please.
One garage.
Here.
And a couple B too. It's a bit more common, by the way, for the Killjoy to play garage instead of the B rotator. But the B rotator lets you rotate A faster, which is good. More Killjoys play towards C floods. So like the round start might look something like this, where you have a molly here, then you're kind of just here, and then also you would have this molly.
Mm.
Now if they're coming C, you would just pop this molly and then you'd run into C site, which does mean that if they go A, you won't be able to make the rotate in time. So a good middle ground would be to throw the molly and then start the round in window instead. And then if they go C, you can pop the molly and rotate in this way. Or if they go A, you can just kind of do the same rotate you did before. You'll just be a little bit later.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the more like common thing that Killjoy players will do. Does it make a huge difference in outrank? Probably not. Wow, this is a weird smoke. Unfortunately, we won't be able to deny plants because we don't have molly, which is fine.
Spike planted.
Deleted.
You are able to punish the push through. Oh, you're playing the smoke well. I like that. Yeah, this is a good spot too.
Enemy spotted B.
Oh, there's a flank. Wait, how do you do that? You walled your turret, I guess? I don't know how that happens. I don't know how that guy's there.
Last player standing.
We are alone standing. Yeah, okay. All good. I personally wouldn't change anything at all this round.
Okay.
Maybe if you had money for a molly, you could have a front B molly, but it's yeah, it's not that big of a deal here.
Alarm bot out.
There was someone.
Yeah, he must have walled your turret or something. I don't know how he made it pass.
Nobody in A, guys.
One garage.
1A.
Okay, so we rotate. You guys are... Oh
Enemy.
shit. Shit, this guy.
Enemy down.
The peak wasn't bad. It's just a pre-aim to change here. The pre-aim's a little bit deep, and then we have to adjust up as well. But the peak itself was good.
Spike down
Placing
mid.
swarm grenade. Swarm grenade
Annoying.
out.
Yeah, we should be good. The pick garage. Oof, that's scary now. The best play here would be push down mid and flank garage, but on 1 HP, it's hard scary. We are clearing garage though. Got a turret back.
Placing sentry.
Nice.
30 seconds left.
It looks like they're going A. I mean, I would pretty soon.
One
so,
enemy remaining.
Yeah.
Spike down
Our
A.
race is playing well.
10 seconds left.
We're going for the gun. Okay.
Spike planted.
Okay. We have the standard setup, which is good. You're also rotating pretty well, I would say. It's kind of just hard to do anything at the start of the round when we're B. So here's my advice. If you're going to start B instead of garage, just start the round with this window spam.
Okay.
So you
Yeah, I
can
think
get
I saw Vic do that too, and I was like, wait, that's so smart.
Yeah, you get some wallbang damage. There's technically a lineup for it. I think it's this corner here. Wait, maybe this one? Yeah. And you kind of just shoot here. I mean, if I could just stand here and shoot the wall, you know, it's like, maybe it hits, maybe it doesn't. If you're ballsy, you can switch to util. And honestly, that might be a little bit better. You would just leave a C gap. So what I mean by that is you can put a turret up here, and then you can put an alarm bot garage instead, which means that now your alarm bot won't see C, but you can fight mid with your turret. And then you can just stand here and just fight the mid guys. Low-key, I'd be down for that. And like this turret also lets you, if it's holding your window swing, you can walk down for this grass fight too, which is a really, really good angle. So yeah, that honestly, the more I think about it, this might just be the better setup for us right now because it enables you to take fights. Whereas this one doesn't really let you take fights. It's just, it gives you more info because technically it covers this lane as well. But we're kind of forced to play a little bit more passive on B because the alarm bot's in this corner. So yeah, maybe I'd push you to try this setup a bit more. And then you can just fight and see how it goes. And then I guess you would still have your C molly just in case. Just a delay. I don't know where your second molly would be though. Maybe you just keep it. That'd probably be fine. Yeah. And then if you do get fight speed, you could probably just fall off and throw a molly here or something. That sounds good to me. Let's keep going though.
Flash!
Flash cleared him in? Wow. I just died in rocket. That
Wall
sucks.
raised. Placing swarm grenade.
Molly's fine here. It's a little bit deep, but it's the right idea. Sometimes you'll see people throw Killjoy mollies on corners instead, so they can't break it. Like this corner, for example. Or if you're trying to molly short, you might molly the deeper corner, so they can't shoot it. So that's something to keep in mind as well.
My territory.
But it's not a bad idea.
Rules.
Nice, another ult.
Perfect accuracy.
Right, this was good though. Crosshair placement looks a little bit low, but the recoil went back up, so.
Perfect accuracy.
Yeah, that was almost a kill too. I like to see that we're spraying more though. He hits a nice shot, so I mean it is what it is. But that was good. That was good. I wouldn't really change anything there. I would say maybe just a molly. You can see though that position we're playing here. This is pretty common to get breach stunned or like omen blind or anything. So that's also another reason not to be in this area. It's a hot spot for util. So like I said, I kind of just prefer to go a bit more out. Some people prefer to go all the way into hell, like here. And then if you wanted to, you can like peek into long like this. Or you can kind of just hold the run up. But you don't really have that much room to play with here because like as soon as you take this first fight, you kind of have to swing into them. So if you have a smoke there, it's a little bit better. But you do dodge most util from being back here, which is kind of nice.
Their life, not yours.
But we're doing the big things well right now. We have the util down, we are fast rotating, and we're ready to fight. So that's definitely the big thing. Everything else is just optimizations.
So is that why that Killjoy molly there is good too? Like that's just where everyone kind of throws their util?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Will be immortal. Is diamond or immortal?
Because if you think about the A site in particular, like there's only one piece of cover on this bomb site, and it's this box. So once you get rid of that position, like everyone else is kind of in the open. So like this area's now, if this is the only available position for them to play, like flashes really destroy these players here, and the same for like anything in this area here too. So yeah, it's generally a good idea that util dump any cover, which is kind of why we see this here.
Gotcha.
Caution here.
Let's keep going. Flash the mid again. Okay, rotate A.
Placing
Molly
swarm
long,
grenade.
Molly short.
Placing swarm grenade.
Fuck up the short molly. You can see the breach stun going in for default there. Good movement.
My ultimate is ready.
Like Kill on the Breach is like hard to get, I can't even lie. Looks like it's a fake though. Rotate back, that sucks. We're getting faked in bronze, is that normal?
Yeah.
Really? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Swarm grenade out.
I mean, they haven't planted C yet, so I guess maybe they don't know what they're doing either. I'll show you the retake ults. Wait, are you familiar with the retake ults?
I don't know.
Okay, okay. If you're retaking A, this is the best ult. It clears everything aside from this corner. So if they're on A site and planted, you can just win with this. There is technically a molly lineup you can throw that lands in, I don't know it. Pretend like I know it. It'll land in the corner and then you don't have to worry about anything. I don't know where my molly went. Okay, you can molly that. The C retake ult is over here in garage window, and it clears this cubby, which is quite nice. Technically, you could move it a little bit further back so it gets more of this corner, but most people use the Killjoy ult to clear cubby, and then you just gun out for this guy here. So that's a really good Killjoy ult. Just to get a little bit nerdy for a second, if they're playing offsite and playing like mollies and stuff, you could go out grass and ult here, and then it gets like everything aside from this corner. This used to be something we used to do in tournament, but that's probably something you won't ever use until you're like super, super high rank. Or if you, for some reason, know for a fact that playing offsite, you could go for that one. Now, technically, if you go a little bit deeper, it actually clears more. But this one's like higher risk, I would say. So this one's good. But good retake ults to consider. Ascent as well, there's good ones.
Okay.
But I do come C here, so immediately the instinct, if you were familiar with the ult, would be to drop the ult here. Even though it's a 4v3, it's good to secure the round.
30 seconds left. Spike planted.
See how this plays. Hey Reyna, we going on or what?
Yeah.
Okay, Phoenix is flanking. Oh, he dies to the cubby guy. Fades on site, I think? I don't even know.
One enemy
Yeah, less
remaining.
than long.
My ult's ready.
Okay, we won without the heal anyways. Yeah, all good here. This is just an awareness thing. Typically, if you have a flank, it's a good idea to check minimap to see
Yeah.
who they see.
Unless,
So
My ult.
that's all. But ult definitely there would be good. We're not using our mollies though, which is definitely the other thing to adjust. So if we go back to the setup that we were doing before, the two mollies you would probably consider would be this one, just against this wall, aim here, and then the second one would probably be with the molly, the alarm bot like that. So if you did want to throw mollies, these would be your two. And if they rush B, they get delayed. If they rush C, they get delayed. Given that we might be adjusting the setup to this one here, I probably would just advise you to do the one C. This one. And then you could save your second molly because you'll be fighting window anyways. And then if they start coming up, maybe you can throw them down or something. Wait, does this hit the cubby? No, not really. We'd have to get it here. Okay, I was just curious. But yeah, you see how your turret shoots there? If that was shooting for C, then you could pop them. Honestly, I don't know what's going on right now then.
Placing swarm grenade.
And then I guess if you had the molly pre-placed on B, you could use it here instead of trying to throw it.
Swarm grenade out.
Should still win this one though, right? Double flame.
Placing swarm grenade. Swarm grenade out.
It's close, right?
Found them.
Spike down mid.
Nice, nice, nice.
Spike is mid.
Okay. This one's a bit hard to navigate because this is a pretty unorthodox round with the double flank. But
One enemy
I would say
remaining.
the main advice I can give you here is just trying to support your Reyna a little bit better. Because like we're worried about the B lurker here because your alarm bot triggered right around here.
Found them.
Spike down mid.
So you're worried about that flank.
Spike is mid.
Typically, it's a better idea to just go forward with your teammate.
Okay.
If we're able to read the mini-map, like, this would be good here. Then I guess technically your turret would watch your back if you're, if they walk in front of it, so. But like I said, we're doing the big things well here. Like we have the basic setup and we have the fast rotate. We're just missing the molly and we're missing like the, I guess, fighting maybe a little bit differently, like when we rotate in and stuff. But we do have the basic. Like us being on the site is already good.
Spike down. C.
Placing swarm grenade.
Okay. She took the TP. Nice. Good spray. Oh my god, we're spraying. Let's go. It's like our 3rd spray kill. Okay. Seems like a big W so far. So we do have retake ult, so we should be fine. All the homies res. Nice. Okay. This would be a good time to do the ult in that corner. Let's see.
Right there.
It's all good. That would definitely be the thing to also implement, just these retake ults.
One
It makes such a
enemy
big
remaining.
difference. Okay, nice.
Reload him.
Okay, let's see. Defense. One back, defense. Put at least one molly on a choke point, and feel free to keep the other in your pocket if you'd like. Retake ults, and the basic ones for most maps. I was able to fix my battle plant so I can screenshot. Apparently I had to turn on, wait, did I jinx it? Okay, oof. I had to turn on hardware acceleration for my browser for some reason.
Oh, maybe I need to do that too. It recently broke for me.
Yeah, that makes sense. Actually, for clarity, let's get rid of the screenshot and not include the other ult. Let's get retake ult. Yeah, I would say as long as you learn the basic retake ults for most maps, your Killjoy defense impact will go pretty high. Because most people honestly, in ranked in general, don't have lineups to break the Killjoy ult. So like for example on Ascent, this is the A ult retake and it's really good. If you're retaking B, it's a little bit more tricky. You have to like get out front sight first. So that means you have to clear like these corners here. Like, once you clear this, and like make it past this angle and all that stuff. But if you can ult here, I mean, you can kind of just see, it literally clears everything. So if they aren't able to break this ult, you just around for B. But more traditionally, I think people just put their retake ult here. Now, I feel like this one's kind of pointless because it only clears close. So I almost always take the risk to get out and put this ult here. But if you can do this ult, you literally just win the B round. And same for A, like you pretty much just instant win this round.
For A, I've done it on the top.
Heaven.
On Heaven.
Yeah. This
But
one's good
actually,
too.
I had some people like try to spam shoot it through the wall, but they missed, I guess, so we still got it.
Gotcha.
But
No,
I was
Heaven's really
shocked.
good because they can't fight it from tree. Like this one here, sometimes you'll have players like fight it into you here, which is kind of scary. So the Heaven one is less space but safer, so it's not bad at all. And a full clear sight, it full clears tree still, so it's definitely not bad. I'm trying to think other maps. Icebox has a really good one on A. Maybe you've seen this one. This corner here on screens is really good. And then for B, you kind of just do it anywhere on this wall. The further up, the better, because it clears yellow, but you don't have to go that far. But yeah, if you can literally retake ults on Killjoy are just so broken, because it's like, if they can't break it, you just immediately win the round. So, definitely learn the basic ones for sure. So one molly on the choke point. Let me just bold this and then learn the retake ults. Yeah, I'd say those are the two main things for D. Let's keep watching though, just see if there's anything else, but I don't think we will have to. Maybe I'll do a quick reminder on new setup to attempt. And then we could take this fight here into window, or we can walk down for this fight here. Then we have this here, and then we throw the molly here from That is potentially a new setup. Where would I put that? Let's just put it down here. You said Vic, by the way? VIC?
Yeah. Or
That's
Vix, I
interesting,
don't
he's
know.
on Cinti. Yeah, yeah.
I think there were just a couple. I found them from your app.
Gotcha, gotcha. Normally that guy's a, actually, he might have started on Cinti, but I know he's controller right now for C9.
Mid. You're lucky, bro.
Your turret keeps shooting because it's seeing the little gap here, which is so funny, because like no one's broken it yet, because it's of it. But honestly, that turret that you're doing, it might actually not be bad, because you get to see the grass walk immediately. It's good footage though. Fuck with
Placing
it,
swarm
OP.
grenade. Swarm grenade out.
Fuck. Oh my god, this row. We're doing fine
Enemy
here.
remaining.
I like the sprays. We're getting more kills with the sprays, which I'm happy to see. If we sprayed this kid, we wouldn't spray that before. The next 2 kills are sprays, so I'm a happy camper. So
One enemy remaining.
the next thing for sprays to train would be to try to get the spray to hit the head.
Yeah.
But honestly, that might be a tall task. Maybe the first thing would be to try just to get the crosshair placement consistently at head level, and then worry about the spray after.
Placing swarm grenade.
Okay,
Swarm grenade
We're
out.
gonna be ulted here. Good luck.
Placing swarm grenade. Barrier swarm grenade
signal.
out.
nice foot stage.
My territory, my rules.
That's actually a good ult. Is your Phoenix is flanking too? Can you get it down? Yeah, this corner's good too. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. This is fire. Oh no, they killed both of our flankers. That was a good ult though. I like the idea. Learn how to spray kill. Let's take a look. Nice. The I see you do the peek here. Worst corner, right there. That was a good peek. We kind of just didn't continue it. If we didn't, we should have peeked this last one here. That's a pretty common habit I see people get into. Is like they'll peek something, and then they'll like shift into the next one. So that's something
Yeah, I don't
to
know
keep
why
keep in mind.
I picked that up.
It's oh wait, this is a huge shot. I don't know if it's like laziness or like maybe you just weren't expecting them. Wait, that kill on the fade is insane. Yeah, let's get a crosshair placement.
Spike.
What's interesting is the resetting your crosshair back up to head height after a kill is like not natural. So as you can see, after you kill this deadlock, we bring our crosshair back up, but it's like lower.
Yeah.
And then when you kill this fade, because we pulled down, it's like not back up to head level yet.
Spike down. Attacker spawn.
I have seen that from a lot of players. Yeah.
Last player
that's right.
standing.
Breach blinds.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get to the point at some level where I'll be in a custom with you and I'll just throw blinds at you and dodging.
Sentry. Placing alarm bot.
Yeah, so definitely get the molly down. We're seeing the same things. I don't know where they are. Guess they're in mid somewhere because we haven't seen them A.
Welcome A. There is no one.
We haven't seen them C either. So honestly, I don't know what's going on.
Okay, that's it.
Turret destroyed.
But they are going
Placing
C,
swarm grenade.
I guess.
Check out.
Maybe. No? They're A. It's the problem with this rank. No one knows what's going on sometimes.
They could be everywhere.
They are.
Here.
Wow, the fact that they're A is insane. Okay, let's see. Do we make it on site?
Eliminated.
Say you killed one.
Placing swarm grenade.
That's actually a good molly, I think.
Swarm grenade out.
Yeah, it's
They're
hard to
not
know
outlaw.
where they land.
Very hard.
Someone's
The thing before you
30 seconds left.
Fucked. We're not fucked. Would be pinging through smoke, so you can't do that anymore. This guy just died to a molly. I guess they're going back? Yeah. This is frustrating, just because
10
they're
seconds
not.
left.
I mean, there's 10 seconds left. They don't really, like we
Spike
just
planted.
might win off time. No, they went C. Okay, let's see the flank. Went
Turret
this way.
out.
A double offsite.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, fuck. In no time. Yeah. We could break down this round. There's definitely some moments decision making to potentially win this round, but since it's such like a, I don't want to say like a niche round, but like it's not the most common one, we won't spend too much time on it.
Yeah.
That's something to break down maybe for like an immortal player. Those random rounds like that. Oh, this one's good to know though. Your Raze being top sight is generally a good idea for you to either double hold with him, or like up down, kind of like how this turret's doing that, or you trust your Raze so that you can walk out. But that's I like to ask my teammate to go up there for me all the time because I really like this fight. But you can simply just hold with him too. It's really, really good to do. And that lets you just do something aside from just, you know, sit back here. Just vibe and stuff. Let's see.
Placing swarm grenade.
3 towards A. Damn. Damn. Okay, so let's see. We didn't actually end up rotating to A.
Face your fear.
Fatal, hit the wall. Nice.
Spike planted.
Placing swarm grenade.
Okay, let's talk about retake mollies. Didn't think we'd ever get into this conversation just because I actually don't value them too much, but retake molly 1 is off this wall. Man's in this corner here. Okay, fuck JK. Let's try again. I guess you aim more to the right. There we go. Corner. Clears this corner. You could probably get a better one, but that's the idea. That's one. The other one is for default. So when you're here, you kind of have to gun out for this cross, and then once you're here, you crouch really quick, throw it against this wall, and then that covers default, which is really, really strong. That's a good one. I don't know the lineup, but pretend like you have the lineup. Getting a molly into this corner here is also really strong because a lot of people hide there.
Yeah.
So that could be a good one. I would say for you, just know the spots you're trying to molly and just try to get it there. So like, for example, if you don't know the molly lineup for this, but you want to molly this corner, maybe just like gun out and clear these angles. And then like once you get here, like quickly throw this molly and then activate it. And then like that probably does its job good enough, you know?
Yeah.
No, I don't think this round is easy to win, but let's take a look.
Last player standing.
They're playing offsite as well. Oh, nice. We have a C molly. Yeah, they're coming C here. Pop the molly.
Alarm bot out.
Actually, it might be a fake. It's a
Swarm
fake.
grenade out.
We're getting faked in bronze. They're on A side. This is crazy. Wow. Okay, again, one of those rounds where honestly, it's not that important to play for yet at this point. Well, we got walled off. Empty. Wait, they're not even here. They double faked. Maybe. I can't even figure it out. Are they here? I think they are. They spray. Oh my god, we're spraying.
Spike down.
This is so
A.
nice to see.
C'est dur, on a le spike.
Your duty is not over.
One more short. Good peeks too. I like the pauses here. The premium could be slightly better, just in terms of like head height and stuff like that. But I could see you're like actively peeking here, which is really,
One
really good.
enemy remaining. 30 seconds left.
Wow, you traced this angle well too when
One
you swung
enemy
it.
remaining. 30 seconds
Right
left.
there, like tracing the edge pretty well there. So he is still in that corner, by the way.
Oh, I wasn't sure if he left or not.
Oh, he did leave. I'm capping. I'm lying to you. I'm capping. Okay, there's no surprise as to why our stats are the way they are. You're shooting really well. We're spraying. Our burst, like shoot move pattern is very ingrained in us, as well as it kind of always has been. And I mean, it just looks good, right? I definitely think if we're talking about mechanics, it's definitely our strong suit right now. Could it be better? Of course. Mechanics is very deep in this game. If there was one thing to focus on in terms of mechanics, it would actually just be to get your crosshair up to the head height. Easier said than done, of course. But if there is just one thing, I would say that. I think we're entering the point to where min-maxing our decision making is the next level in terms of our bottleneck, because I don't think we're bottlenecked by our mechanics.
Wow.
Head level.
Wow, I thought we wouldn't say that until after gold.
I mean, you're doing your thing. I mean, to be fair, I think what we're seeing is if you continue to play games, you will probably reach gold just through sheer volume. With the level of mechanics we're currently in. And of course, with the refining it takes as you're continuing to play. But we're doing well. I think if you did want to focus on mechanics, just try to focus on the head level thing. That's more of like an addition when you're playing.
Yeah, I
rather
think I
than
just need
anything
to
else.
like remind myself before every round, because like maybe after a couple games I get a little lazy with it, or like, you know.
No, for sure. You could this is gonna sound strange, but I remember when Hoojin was playing, he was like naming his crosshairs to do different things. Like for example, this name of this crosshair could be like round 2 play with team or something. Like some weird stuff like that. So
Little notes to
maybe-
self.
exactly,
That's
yeah.
so
Maybe you could have a
cute.
I know. I honestly miss him. But you could try maybe like a head level crosshair, like, oh, this crosshair, when I have it on, I am going to get my crosshair at head level or something like that. That could be like a nice fun way to do it. But more importantly, I think now that we're playing this Killjoy, we're at the point of trying to min-max the Killjoy. I don't know if you remember, but one of the early things that I was emphasizing on the transition to Sentinel is to feel confident in fast rotating. We are doing that, and we have that point down. Now the next part of it is actually to play the Sentinel how it's kind of designed, which is this is gonna sound odd, not to fast rotate, and more so to play for like space in fights. We won't go in that too much. I would say for this upcoming week, more so just focus on actually having that molly in the choke point.
Okay.
Feel free to continue fast rotating like you are now. Just actually have that molly there. And then learn the retake ults for defense. I think those are the two big things for defense. And then you can try out like some setups like this where you fight. I don't know if you're, I think you're doing the setup if I recall correctly. The setup here with the turret here. It's pretty much the same idea, except you're fighting with this turret, just like we could be fighting on B with this one.
Yeah.
And then attack. The big thing for attack is just to identify when should I go and do my own thing, and that is typically if you are getting delayed on the site hit. Now lurking in itself is a whole another topic, but you were introduced to it a little bit. I would say just try and experiment with it a little bit more. Unfortunately, Nats doesn't actually lurk too much in his ranked games, so I don't think he's the best candidate to learn from. Though he is known for lurking, he doesn't really do it too much in ranked. So it would be difficult for you to find some VODs of him lurking. I think there's like this clip of him talking about lurking in a split game at some point. Yeah, this one here.
As you asked, first round, lurk instantly.
If my doggy don't see him, you're blind.
Now we have to wait until they're gonna make some pressure.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Otherwise it's not gonna work. Okay, now they start making
Molly on the
pressure.
ground.
Now rotation understand that it's first A. And we have...
Screen.
Go Vents.
Thank you.
One enemy remaining.
That's how is the lurk working, chat.
Okay, so I mean, this is kind of what I talked about the lurking 101, but basically A pressure creates a gap for you in mid. He takes a. That's like a tempo 1 lurk right there. Next
Yeah,
round.
more time. Go rush A lurk. Chat. Explain me how is that working, okay? Okay, now we are waiting again. Okay, they start. Look.
Same thing. This guy's an idiot. But he have A pressure again, so you get
That's it,
lurk, and he'll win this round.
It's very good timing for the wide lurk. Hold me here.
Okay, let's listen to this one.
Cooking.
Next round.
One enemy.
Look, they know that if we are rushing A, I'm lurking mid, so they're gonna hold me here or here. Now, it's very good timing for the wide lurk. Let's instantly create a space for us. I don't think they're gonna wait and pick this, but they're gonna clear it with a sky flash. Now the lurk is over.
Yep. So that's also the other thing to know too, is if you get spotted early on a lurk, you kind of can just cancel and leave.
Yeah.
So that's, I thought it was a good clip to kind of just talk about lurking, but I don't know how practical it is in your rank, just because from what I've seen, just I don't think anyone really knows what's going on. But it could be something to keep in mind. Regardless, what I want you to focus on and prioritize for this upcoming week is trying to find games that feel like you should be lurking on attack. And then defense, like I said, just that molly, learn the retake ults, and then maybe try some setups where you can fight with your turret, so you aren't just playing like knife out rotate off barrier every single round. Maybe you can actually try taking some fights early. And then of course the head level crosshair placement. But all of these things I think are more so optimizations. Like I said, we're doing the big things well already. And I think with enough repetitions, you would probably be able to get close to gold, if not gold, with our current skill set. So this is more so just trying to optimize it so it's a little bit quicker, and maybe so you have a stronger foundation once you are.
All right.
At least from my point of view.
I see it.
Do you have any questions, comments, concerns for me?
I don't think so, but I will reach out if I do.
Cool.
I think the main thing is just that trying to figure out like when to pivot.
On the lurks. Yeah. You could try a thing where you just lurk every round on attack, like 12 out of 12 rounds, so you can get a better feel for lurking. Of course, that doesn't solve the, oh shit, when do I pivot type of thing, but it might just let you get more comfortable. Kind of like what we did with the fast rotate 12 out of 12 rounds. That could be an option as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I'd say that's up to you. Otherwise, use the first 3 to 5 rounds of the attack half would probably be a good one as well. That's pretty much it for me. Yeah. Next week maybe we can aim for either a bind or corrode. It kind of depends on. I think I'm looking at a sentinel bond this week. It actually might be tomorrow, so I'll have to double check the schedule for that in the dojo. But we could do a corrode. I don't think I'll be able to look at Killjoy just because no one's playing it. But there should be things to pick up from other sentis anyways. So yeah, next week maybe we do a bind or a corrode and just go from there.
All right, sounds good.
Alrighty, hopefully you feel better. But good luck on the games this week.
Thank you.
Thank you as well. Peace, peace.
Bye.
Bye.
Let's see. Hold on, chat. Okay, I'm not gonna turn on my camera right now. I feel like shit. But thank you so much to Dopai for the help today. I think we'll just end stream there. I'll get ready, I'll have some dinner and then go to my meeting. But hope everyone has a good week. Hope everyone had a good weekend. Better or worse than yesterday? Honestly, more congested today than on yesterday, but that's fine. Just for fun, I took a little COVID test. And then I found out it was a year expired, so I don't think that it's, I mean, it said no, but if it's expired, does that mean it's inaccurate? Who knows? Thanks for the raid. We're also gonna raid someone in a second. But yeah, I didn't make an announcement in the Discord for the streams this week because I don't know how I'll be feeling this week. But you'll get notifications in the Discord if you have the ping. So I'll also try to keep the website up to date and stuff. Although no promises. No promises. Okay, we'll just say hi to Reedlock since we're on a Valo day. So I hope you're having a good morning, evening, night, whatever it is, wherever you are. I hope you have a good one. I will see you when I see you. Say hi for me. And oh wait, I didn't change my transition override. We did Cinema Roll and Espeon, right? Okay, next one. Okay, bye, 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 bye.
Rewind to before I changed, started acting strange, had my life in my own hands. Meanwhile, I was wasting time, thinking things were fine, but you had other plans. Behind your weak disguise, all the worthless lies was wrong, and now I know. Don't think that I won't try, this is not goodbye. Pushed around, always lost, not found, but I didn't realize. Like a giant standing in my way, leading me astray. Now it's time for me to rise. I knew I had to find myself. Turns out I'm